5 people you must avoid in old age. As we age, particularly beyond 65, life shifts from the hustle of achievement to cherishing moments of peace, connection, and self-care. For seniors, maintaining emotional health becomes paramount. The golden years should be a time to savor the wisdom and experiences gained over decades, but this requires discernment in choosing who we allow into our lives. Not everyone contributes positively to our well-being, and some may even detract from it, including family members. Protecting mental health in old age is an act of self-love, ensuring that our later years are filled with joy, fulfillment, and meaningful relationships. Emotional well-being in old age significantly impacts overall health. As physical vitality may wane, mental resilience becomes a cornerstone of a fulfilling life. Seniors who nurture their emotional health often experience lower stress levels, better physical health, and a greater sense of purpose. However, toxic relationships can undermine this balance, draining energy and diminishing the joy of these precious years. The people we surround ourselves with can either uplift our spirits or weigh us down, making it essential to prioritize those who respect and value us. One key aspect of safeguarding mental health is recognizing and avoiding harmful individuals, even if they are close family or friends. Manipulative people, for instance, may exploit kindness by using guilt to extract favors, leaving seniors feeling obligated and emotionally depleted. Similarly, self-absorbed individuals, or narcissists, dominate conversations and dismiss others' feelings, making those around them feel invisible. Critics, who constantly find fault, can erode self-esteem with their negativity, while irresponsible individuals shift their burdens onto others, causing stress and frustration. Lastly, ungrateful people fail to acknowledge kindness, devaluing the efforts of those who care for them. Each of these behaviors can disrupt the peace seniors deserve, making it critical to set boundaries. Setting boundaries is not selfish, it is a necessary act of self-preservation. By clearly defining what behaviors are acceptable, seniors can protect their time, energy, and emotional well-being. For example, responding to a manipulative request with, "I'm unable to help this time," establishes a limit without guilt. Similarly, redirecting a conversation dominated by a narcissist with, "I'd like to share my thoughts," asserts one's voice. When faced with criticism, calmly affirming, "I'm happy with my choices," reinforces self-worth. For irresponsible individuals, refusing to solve their problems encourages accountability, while scaling back support for the ungrateful redirects energy toward those who appreciate it. These strategies empower seniors to maintain control over their emotional environment. Surrounding oneself with supportive, respectful individuals is equally vital. Relationships built on mutual care and empathy nourish the soul, fostering a sense of belonging and joy. Friends, family, or community members who listen, celebrate achievements, and offer genuine support create a positive atmosphere where seniors can thrive. These connections validate experiences and remind us that our stories and wisdom matter. Engaging in community activities, sharing hobbies, or simply spending time with those who uplift us can transform the golden years into a time of fulfillment. The journey of aging is a testament to resilience, love, and perseverance. Seniors have weathered challenges, celebrated triumphs, and accumulated a lifetime of wisdom. This stage of life is an opportunity to live authentically, free from the weight of toxic relationships. Letting go of the need to please or fix others allows seniors to focus on their own happiness. By prioritizing emotional health, they create a sanctuary of peace and respect, where joy and connection flourish. Ultimately, protecting mental health in old age is about honoring one's worth. It involves choosing relationships that reflect the value of a life well lived and letting go of those that diminish it. The golden years are a gift, a time to cherish meaningful moments and embrace the beauty of one's journey. By setting boundaries and cultivating positive connections, seniors can ensure that their later years are defined by love, respect, and fulfillment. This act of self-care is not just important, it is a legacy of peace and happiness that seniors owe themselves. As we age, particularly beyond 65, life shifts toward cherishing peace, connection, and self-care. Emotional well-being becomes paramount, and one critical way to protect it is by carefully choosing who we allow into our lives. Unfortunately, not everyone enhances our golden years. Some, like manipulators, can drain our energy and disrupt our tranquility. Even if they are family, protecting your peace from manipulators is an essential act of self-love. Manipulators often hide behind a facade of needing help or affection, subtly undermining your emotional balance. At first, their request may seem harmless: a favor here, a small task there. They appeal to your nurturing instincts, especially if you've spent years being a pillar of support for others. However, over time, their reliance turns toxic, leaving you emotionally depleted and questioning your autonomy. Imagine a quiet afternoon, savoring a cup of coffee and reflecting on a life well lived. The phone rings, it's a relative or friend asking for just one more favor. Perhaps it's a ride, a loan, or an errand they could easily manage themselves. You oblige, thinking it's a minor sacrifice. But as these requests pile up, a pattern emerges. They only reach out when they need something. Worse, they subtly guilt trip you, implying that refusing makes you selfish or neglectful. This is the manipulator's hallmark, using guilt as a weapon to turn your kindness into an obligation. Manipulators frame their needs as urgent, making it hard to say no without feeling you've let them down. Over time, this dynamic erodes your sense of freedom. Instead of enjoying retirement, you're weighed down by emotional labor in a one-sided relationship. Recognizing this pattern is vital. Manipulators thrive on your reluctance to confront them, knowing you value harmony and avoid hurting feelings. But saying no isn't cruel, it's self-preservation. Your time, energy, and emotional well-being are precious, especially in your golden years. Setting boundaries is the antidote to manipulation. Clear limits reclaim control over your life. For example, if someone repeatedly asks for favors, respond with, "I'm sorry, I can't help this time." You don't need to justify your decision. Your boundaries are valid because they protect your peace. Reflect on the relationship. Does this person enrich your life, or do they take more than they give? True connections are built on mutual respect, not obligation. If someone consistently leaves you drained or resentful, it's time to reassess their role in your life. Letting go of the fear of disappointing others is liberating. Your kindness is a gift, not a resource to be exploited. Surround yourself with people who respect and value you, creating an environment where your golden years can shine. Saying no to a manipulator is saying yes to your well-being, a choice worth making every time. Manipulators may not always act with malice, but their impact is undeniable. They lean on your goodwill, knowing you're inclined to help. Over time, their demands chip away at your peace, leaving you feeling trapped. For seniors, this can be particularly draining, as emotional energy becomes harder to replenish. You've earned the right to prioritize yourself after decades of giving. Don't let manipulators steal the joy of your later years. To navigate this, practice assertive communication. If a manipulator pushes for help, calmly redirect, "I'm not available, but I'm sure you'll figure it out." This encourages their independence while protecting your space. Seek relationships that uplift you, friends, family, or community members who reciprocate care and respect. These connections nurture your soul, making every moment meaningful. In your golden years, you deserve tranquility and joy. You've lived through triumphs, challenges, and countless sacrifices. Don't let manipulators overshadow that legacy. By setting boundaries and prioritizing your emotional health, you create a sanctuary of peace. Reflect on your worth. Your time is valuable, your kindness is precious, and your peace is non-negotiable. Choose relationships that honor this truth, and let go of those who don't. Your happiness is your responsibility, and protecting it ensures your golden years are filled with the serenity and fulfillment you've earned. As we enter our later years, particularly past 65, life becomes a time for reflection, connection, and cherishing meaningful relationships. Emotional well-being takes center stage, and the people we surround ourselves with play a crucial role in nurturing our peace. However, not all relationships enrich the soul. Self-absorbed individuals, often described as narcissists, can drain joy and mutual respect, leaving you feeling unseen and undervalued. Even if they are family, protecting your emotional health from narcissists is an act of self-love essential for thriving in your golden years. Narcissists are consumed by their own needs, desires, and achievements, often incapable of seeing beyond themselves. Their presence can overshadow your experiences, making interactions feel one-sided. Picture sitting down with a family member or friend to share a cherished memory from your past. As you begin, they interrupt, steering the conversation to their own stories or accomplishments. You try again, hoping for a meaningful exchange, but they redirect the focus back to themselves. Over time, a pattern emerges. Every conversation becomes a stage for their performance, leaving your voice unheard. This dynamic is particularly painful for seniors. After a lifetime of rich experiences, you deserve to share your stories, wisdom, and feelings with those who genuinely listen. Narcissists, however, offer little room for such connection. They crave attention and validation, often at your expense, prioritizing their narrative while treating your presence as a backdrop. They may not act maliciously, many are unaware of their impact, but the result is the same. You feel invisible, your contributions dismissed or ignored. Recognizing narcissistic behavior is the first step to protecting your well-being. At first, their charm and charisma can mask their self-centered tendencies, making it easy to overlook their lack of empathy. Over time, however, their inability to offer genuine support becomes clear. They may dismiss your achievements, minimize your struggles, or expect you to cater to their needs while ignoring yours. This one-sided dynamic drains the joy from relationships, leaving you feeling undervalued in a stage of life meant for fulfillment. Setting boundaries is essential when dealing with narcissists. This doesn't always mean cutting them out, though that may be necessary in extreme cases, but rather limiting their ability to dominate your time and energy. For example, if they consistently redirect conversations, gently assert yourself, "I'd like to finish sharing my story." If they dismiss your feelings, calmly state, "I hear you, but this moment is important to me." These responses reaffirm your worth while subtly setting limits. It's also crucial to remember that their behavior reflects their limitations, not your value. Your experiences and presence matter, regardless of their inability to see it. Surrounding yourself with supportive people is equally vital. Seek friends, family, or community members who uplift and celebrate you, who listen to your stories and value your wisdom. These relationships nourish your soul, reminding you of the beauty of mutual care. A friend who shares your hobbies, or a group at a community center can provide the warmth and reciprocity that narcissists lack. These connections make your golden years truly shine, filled with respect and genuine interest. Letting go of the need to please a narcissist is liberating. You've lived through triumphs, challenges, and decades of growth. Your stories and feelings deserve to be heard. Don't let a narcissist's self-absorption diminish your worth. By prioritizing relationships built on empathy and mutual respect, you create a circle of support that reflects the richness of your journey. Life is too precious to waste on one-sided connections. Reflect on your worth. You are not a backdrop to anyone's story. Your experiences, wisdom, and presence are invaluable. Set boundaries with confidence, knowing that valuing yourself sets the standard for how others should treat you. In your golden years, embrace those who see and cherish you for who you are. By choosing relationships that honor your worth, you ensure a life filled with joy, connection, and the peace you've earned. Your happiness is your legacy. Protected by surrounding yourself with those who truly value you. In the later years of life, particularly beyond 65, the freedom to live authentically becomes a treasured gift. After decades of triumphs, challenges, and hard-earned wisdom, you deserve to embrace who you are without judgment. However, critics, those who constantly find fault in others, can rob you of this freedom, sowing seeds of doubt and negativity. Even if they have family, protecting your emotional well-being from critics is an essential act of self-love to ensure your golden years are filled with peace and confidence. Critics thrive on pointing out flaws, often under the guise of helpfulness. Their words, though seemingly small, can wound deeply over time. Picture a friend commenting on your appearance, a family member questioning your decisions, or a neighbor suggesting you could do better. These remarks about your clothes, hobbies, or how you spend your retirement may seem trivial in isolation. But as they accumulate, they create an environment of constant judgment, eroding your self-esteem and making you feel inadequate. For seniors, who have earned the right to live with pride, this negativity can be particularly damaging. What makes critics' words so harmful is that they often reflect their own insecurities, not your shortcomings. They project their frustrations onto you, finding satisfaction in pointing out flaws to avoid confronting their own imperfections. Yet, understanding this doesn't always ease the sting. After a lifetime of perseverance, no one deserves to feel they're falling short. Your worth is not defined by their opinions. You've navigated joys, losses, and countless experiences that have shaped you. Those are yours to celebrate, not for others to diminish. Recognizing a critic's behavior is the first step to protecting your peace. Not every piece of feedback deserves your attention. Ask yourself, is this criticism constructive? Does it come from care and respect? If not, let it go. Their negativity is not your burden. For instance, if someone critiques your choices, say, how you spend your time, respond with calm confidence, I appreciate your concern, but I'm happy with my decisions. This reaffirms your autonomy while setting a subtle boundary. Another effective strategy is to redirect the conversation. Critics thrive on negativity, so shifting the focus to something positive can neutralize their impact. If a family member points out a perceived mistake, counter with, that's one perspective, but I'm proud of what I've accomplished. By highlighting your strengths, you remind yourself and others of your value. This approach not only diffuses their criticism, but also reinforces your self-worth. Surrounding yourself with supportive people is crucial. Seek relationships that celebrate your achievements and uplift your spirit. Friends who share your passions, a community group, or a trusted confidant. These connections act like sunlight, brightening your days and drowning out the critic's voice. They remind you that your journey, with all its richness, deserves to be honored. Whether it's a neighbor who listens or a group that shares your interests, these positive influences nurture your soul. Critics have no power over you unless you allow it. Their opinions are just that, opinions, not truths. You've earned the right to live without the weight of their judgment. Reflect on your life, the challenges you've overcome, the love you've given, the legacy you've built. These are your truths, and no critic can take them away. By letting go of their negativity, you free yourself to embrace your journey with pride and joy. In your golden years, prioritize your emotional well-being. Set boundaries with confidence, knowing that protecting your peace is not selfish, it's a recognition of your worth. If a critic persists, limit their influence, reduce time spent with them, or calmly assert your perspective. Your happiness is your responsibility, and your peace is your legacy. Surround yourself with those who see your value, who celebrate your stories, and who uplift your spirit. Life is too precious to waste on those who diminish you. Embrace the truth: you are enough, and you always have been. By choosing relationships that honor your worth and letting go of those who don't, you create a sanctuary of joy and fulfillment. Your golden years are a time to shine. Don't let a critic's shadow dim your light. Live with the confidence and peace you've earned, and let your story inspire those around you. As we enter our golden years, particularly past 65, life shifts towards savoring peace, joy, and self-care. The burdens of past responsibilities lighten, allowing time for reflection and fulfillment. However, irresponsible individuals, whether family, friends, or acquaintances, can disrupt this tranquility by pulling you into their chaos. Their lack of accountability can drain you emotionally and even financially, overshadowing the serenity you've earned. Protecting your well-being from the irresponsible is not selfish. It's an essential act of self-love to ensure your later years are truly golden. Irresponsible people have a knack for creating turmoil and expecting others to clean up their messes. Imagine a family member who repeatedly lands in trouble, financial woes, poor decisions, or personal conflicts. Time and again, they turn to you for help, promising change, but the cycle continues. Each request, whether for money, time, or solutions, feels like a plea you can't ignore, especially if you've always been the dependable one. Yet, over time, their reliance becomes exhausting, leaving you questioning whether your support enables their behavior. Irresponsibility isn't just about neglecting duties. It's about shifting the consequences of their actions onto others. These individuals lean on your kindness, exploiting your generous heart. They may appeal to your sense of duty, particularly if they're younger relatives you've cared for in the past. However, their constant dependence can feel like exploitation, disrupting the peace you've worked hard to achieve. For seniors, whose energy is a precious resource, this dynamic can be particularly draining, pulling you away from the joy and exploration your golden years should bring. Recognizing this pattern is crucial. Helping someone who refuses to take responsibility doesn't just sap your energy, it prevents them from growing. Accountability is a skill developed through facing consequences, and by always stepping in, you may inadvertently hinder their maturity. Your compassion is a virtue, but it must be balanced with discernment. You are not obligated to solve problems that aren't yours. Setting boundaries is an act of love for yourself and for them, allowing both of you to thrive. To protect your peace, establish clear limits. If someone repeatedly asks for financial help, respond with, "I'm sorry, but I'm not able to assist." Perhaps you can explore other options. This encourages their independence while safeguarding your resources. Resist the guilt. They may try to impose. Irresponsible people often suggest that refusing help means you don't care. But your care can take healthier forms, like offering advice or emotional support without bearing their burdens. Your role is to guide, not to fix their lives. Surrounding yourself with people who respect your boundaries is vital. Seek relationships with those who value your support and reciprocate care. Friends, family, or community members who uplift you. These connections bring joy and mutual respect, reinforcing the peace you deserve. A neighbor who appreciates your wisdom or a group that shares your interests can make your days brighter, free from the chaos of irresponsible individuals. Reflect on the life you've lived, the challenges overcome, the sacrifices made, the wisdom gained. You've earned the right to prioritize your well-being. Don't let the irresponsibility of others overshadow your peace. By setting boundaries, you reclaim your energy and create space for joy. If an irresponsible person questions your limits, explain calmly, "I need to focus on what brings me peace. This isn't about abandoning them, it's about recognizing your worth and the value of your time." Letting go of the need to rescue others is empowering. Your golden years are for exploration, contentment, and self-care, not for carrying burdens that aren't yours. Embrace relationships built on mutual respect, not one-sided dependence. Your happiness is your responsibility, and your peace is your legacy. By choosing who to allow into your life, you create a sanctuary where you can thrive. You are not responsible for fixing everyone. By stepping back, you allow the irresponsible to step up, fostering their growth while preserving your serenity. Celebrate the life you've built and surround yourself with those who honor your boundaries. Your golden years are a gift. Fill them with joy, connection, and the peace you've earned. Let your legacy be one of love, respect, and fulfillment, unburdened by the chaos of others' irresponsibility. In our golden years, beyond age 65, life becomes a celebration of giving, sharing time, wisdom, and love cultivated over decades. There's deep joy in knowing your efforts brighten someone's day. Yet, the sting of ingratitude, when kindness goes unacknowledged or criticized, can dim this joy, leaving you feeling devalued. Ungrateful people, even family, can weigh heavily on your heart, undermining the peace you've earned. Protecting your emotional well-being from the ungrateful is not selfish, it's an essential act of self-love to ensure your later years shine. Ungrateful individuals fail to appreciate your efforts, treating your generosity as an expectation rather than a gift. Imagine spending hours preparing a holiday meal, pouring love into every dish, only for a family member to complain about the food or compare it unfavorably to the past. Or picture rearranging your day to help a friend, only to be met with indifference, as if your sacrifice was owed. These moments hurt, not just for their lack of thanks, but for the message they send. Your time, energy, and care aren't valued. Over time, this ingratitude turns joyful acts of giving into painful reminders of being taken for granted. The pain of ingratitude lies in its ability to make you question your worth. After a lifetime of hard work and sacrifice, you deserve to feel cherished, not dismissed. Yet, the ungrateful diminish the beauty of your contributions, leaving you disheartened. Their behavior reflects their own shortcomings, not the value of your efforts. Recognizing this truth is key. Your kindness is a reflection of your strength and heart, regardless of their response. You deserve relationships that honor the love you give. Dealing with the ungrateful requires self-awareness and courage. Start by acknowledging your feelings. Hurt and frustration are valid when your efforts go unappreciated. Don't brush these emotions aside. They signal a need for boundaries. Next, evaluate the relationship. Does this person add value to your life? Do they respect your contributions? If ingratitude is a pattern, it's time to limit your investment. For example, if a family member consistently dismisses your help, scale back. Instead of going out of your way, focus on what brings you joy. If they question your change, say calmly, "I'm prioritizing things that make me happy." This protects your peace without confrontation. Redirect your energy to those who value you. Spend time with friends, neighbors, or community members who reciprocate kindness with gratitude. These relationships uplift your spirit, making every act of giving rewarding. A friend who thanks you for your time, or a group that cherishes your wisdom, reinforces the beauty of connection. These are the people who make your golden years golden, filling them with warmth and mutual respect. Reflect on why you give. True generosity stems from love, not a need for recognition. While appreciation enhances joy, your acts of kindness hold value regardless of the response. However, this doesn't mean tolerating disrespect. Your kindness is a gift, not a right. By valuing your own efforts, you set the standard for how others should treat you. Celebrate the thoughtfulness you bring. Whether others acknowledge it or not, it's a testament to your heart. Setting boundaries with the ungrateful is empowering. You've lived through triumphs, challenges, and countless acts of care. Don't let ingratitude overshadow your legacy. If someone fails to appreciate you, reduce their access to your generosity. This isn't punishment, it's self-respect. Surround yourself with those who see your worth, who thank you with words or actions. These connections nourish your soul, ensuring your golden years are filled with joy. Your happiness is your responsibility, and your peace is your legacy. By choosing relationships that honor your contributions, you create a sanctuary of love and fulfillment. Ingratitude may sting, but it doesn't define you. What defines you is the love you've given, the lives you've touched, and the kindness you've shared. Embrace those who appreciate you, and let go of those who don't. Your golden years are a gift. Fill them with people who cherish your presence and make every moment meaningful. Live with the confidence that your worth is undeniable, and let your legacy shine through the respect and joy you cultivate. As we age beyond 65, life shifts from striving to savoring, prioritizing peace, connection, and self-care. Emotional well-being becomes a cornerstone of our golden years, and the people we surround ourselves with profoundly shape our happiness. Protecting your heart from toxic relationships, even with family, is not selfish, but an act of self-love. By setting boundaries and choosing uplifting connections, you ensure your later years are filled with joy, respect, and fulfillment, honoring the remarkable journey you've lived. In old age, emotional health is vital. After decades of nurturing others, you deserve relationships that reciprocate care and respect. Yet, some individuals, manipulators, narcissists, critics, the irresponsible, or the ungrateful can drain your energy and disrupt your peace. These toxic dynamics, whether marked by guilt-tripping, self-absorption, negativity, recklessness, or ingratitude, weigh you down, stealing the serenity you've earned. Recognizing and distancing yourself from such influences is a powerful step toward preserving your well-being. Manipulators use guilt to exploit your kindness, turning your generosity into an obligation. Narcissists dominate interactions, leaving you feeling unseen. Critics erode your confidence with constant fault-finding, while the irresponsible pull you into their chaos, expecting you to fix their problems. The ungrateful dismiss your efforts, making you feel unvalued. Each of these behaviors, whether intentional or not, chips away at the tranquility you deserve. Your golden years are for cherishing moments of contentment, not managing others' negativity. Setting boundaries is the key to reclaiming your peace. This doesn't always mean cutting people out, though. It may be necessary, but limiting their impact in your life. For example, with a manipulator, calmly say, "I can't help this time." With a narcissist, assert, "I'd like to share my story." Redirect a critic's negativity, "I'm happy with my choices." Encourage the irresponsible to own their actions. "I'm sure you'll find a solution." With the ungrateful, scale back your efforts and focus on those who appreciate you. These boundaries protect your energy and affirm your worth. Surrounding yourself with supportive people is equally essential. Seek friends, family, or community members who uplift you, listen to your stories, and celebrate your wisdom. A neighbor who shares your passions, a group at a community center, or a confidant who values your presence. These connections nourish your soul. They remind you that your experiences, from triumphs to challenges, are worthy of respect. These relationships create a sanctuary where your golden years can truly shine. Reflect on the life you've built. You've weathered hardships, celebrated joys, and gathered a lifetime of wisdom. This legacy is yours to cherish, not for others to diminish. Letting go of toxic relationships isn't about abandoning others, it's about honoring yourself. You've spent years giving, now it's time to give that same care to yourself. By prioritizing your emotional health, you free yourself from the weight of others' negativity and embrace the joy you deserve. Your happiness is your responsibility, and your peace is your legacy. Don't let toxic individuals overshadow the beauty of your journey. If someone consistently drains you, reassess their role in your life. Ask, do they enrich me? Do they respect my boundaries? If not, limit their access to your time and energy. This isn't cruelty, it's wisdom. Your golden years are a gift, a time to savor meaningful connections and quiet moments of contentment. Choose relationships that reflect your worth. Embrace those who see your value, share your laughter, and honor your stories. Let go of the need to fix or accommodate those who deplete you. Life is too precious to spend on connections that don't nourish your soul. By setting clear boundaries, you create space for love, respect, and fulfillment to flourish. As you navigate this stage, hold this truth: you are enough. Your experiences, kindness, and resilience define you, not the negativity of others. Protect your peace with confidence, knowing it's a testament to your strength. Fill your days with people who uplift you and experiences that bring joy. Your golden years are yours to live fully and authentically. Embrace them with the love and respect you've always deserved. Let your legacy be one of serenity, connection, and a life well lived, surrounded by those who truly cherish you. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.